And sets another day. Billions will kneel and pray. Anything to aid escape from the world so cold and gray.
That's a good boy.
Oh my God, we're back. It feels like it's been an eternity.
What was the text I sent you the other day? Bones and Tubbs at long last reincarnated.
Yeah.
Undebatably reinstated to leave you mentally masturbated.
Mm-hmm.
We're back.
We're back in action, and we're ready to take on the world. It's been 3 long weeks without us.
3 weeks?
I mean, like, it's been 3 weeks since we recorded.
Yeah.
Hasn't been, I mean, like, technically it's 3 weeks, because we took off 2 weeks altogether.
Yeah.
And now we're back. Again.
It's a long time.
A lot of shit's happened. Fuck me. A lot of shit has happened.
You know, I'm infinitely glad that I don't listen to Jason Aldean.
Yeah. Fuck me, right? I mean, I don't listen to him either, but, yeah, for those of you out there, you probably already know. I mean, I don't know how you couldn't know about the shit that happened there a couple days ago. Was it now 59 people dead? Over 500.
500 and something.
Injured.
Shot.
Yeah, shot.
This motherfucker, I heard he had a saw. Is that true?
How the fuck do you get a saw?
Right.
Like, here's the thing. I know at least a little bit about gun laws and shit, and I know that the shit that they were using, we can't even fuck with.
No, I mean, they were talking about, I was looking at the laws, because I'm sure, and it's already started, but I figured that they were going to come right at it like, well, we need to ban the guns, because the guns, if we make them illegal, it'll be like heroin, and they won't be able to get it anymore. So, in order to kind of defame that in my head before it started, I looked up fully automatic gun regulations. And all the hoops and shit you got to go through to legally acquire.
Well, you have to have a federal arms dealer's license.
It's the least amount of money you will spend getting a fully automatic weapon is $15,000. But for a gun, if he actually had a saw, that's upwards of $200,000 to $300,000.
And that's, you got to keep in mind, folks, that includes the fact that every year you're paying a tax stamp on said gun.
They also alert local authorities to, every time you move, to let them know that you've got that firearm.
Yeah, you're on the radar. Like, think about it like this. Like, okay, say, for example, we talked about Waco before.
Yeah.
Okay, the whole reason, the big reason Waco happened in the first place is because they were aware that these people were stockpiling illegal arms.
Yeah.
Okay, so if they know about the illegal ones, most of the legal ones, I'm pretty damn sure they know about the legal arms that people have.
They're doing a bunch of funny shit with it, too. They said that I forget what the total amount of guns was, 40 or 50 that he had.
Yeah.
But if you read the stories, they're talking about ones they found in his residence.
Yeah.
Not the ones in his hotel room. And they're also talking about him having an explosive that you could shoot and it would explode. They're talking about tannerite, you know.
How the hell would he have that?
Anybody can buy tannerite.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that shows what I know.
I mean, I don't think tannerite's that dangerous, though. Not only that, but he didn't use it, so here we are.
I mean, and of course, no one can help themselves in this day and age from politicizing this kind of tragedy.
Right.
That, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think there was a gun law that could have stopped it, considering the firepower he was using.
Laws don't affect people that are going to break the law.
You know, basically, like, people could say, well, this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for the assault weapon ban, if we still had the assault weapon ban. Well, let's get something straight here. This wasn't your dad's assault weapons that he was using.
No.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, I have an assault weapon in my home, but it is a semi-automatic AR-15, which has been used in shootings before.
Well, that's the one you would use if you were going to kill somebody. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
It's easier to kill somebody with a, calculated burst than it is just an uncontrollable, fully automatic stream.
Yeah.
I just want to know, there's probably nothing out that's true right now. So who knows if it was a saw. I mean, saws, aren't those the ones that they use, they were vehicle-mounted assault weapons?
That's a heavy machine gun.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might be considered no, that has to be a heavy machine gun. That can't be a light machine gun. But no, like I said, I think half the problem I have is how much politicizing people have done with it. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a tragedy. Let alone the fact I feel like the entirety of our society has collapsed into a state of nihilism that nobody can control anymore.
Right.
Like, I mean, I hate being the wet blanket of this whole scenario, but I have seen way more memes about this already than I should have.
Were you in that one that came out 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh-wee.
Like, seriously, like, okay, I get it, memes are great, but fuck, man, I don't know if I could keep on board with this whole, I got a kid. I can't be a nihilist.
I was talking to the Wolfman earlier about this, and he has a child, as we all know as well. Mm-hmm. And we started our conversation off before he went into the Factory of Sadness in a joke. You know, it's a lighthearted, or I should say a dark-hearted joke about, the shooting. We were both like, why do we fucking laugh at these things? Like, I think it's definitely a coping mechanism, but it's also the fact, like, how else do you respond to something like that? That's
true. I mean, but the thing is like, I feel like there should be other ways to respond to. Like, I've seen some memes, man, and I just gotta, and they're from normally, good sources that I trust and care for, but I just had to swipe past them. I can't look at them too long, or I'll start getting mad.
Maybe it's Keck.
Is it Keck? Is this his wrath?
It's meme magic.
I don't know, man. This just seems kind of like, and everyone comments on it like, ooh, too soon. But there are people that kind of speak up like, hey, edgelord, why don't you chill the fuck out for a minute?
Well, if you shock me with how fast you come out with a meme about something, then you probably went too quick.
Yeah.
And that shit shocked me.
Yeah. Fucking.
We don't even have all the facts yet.
Like, I don't want to put anybody on blast, but we did get one from the doctor.
Yeah. That's the one I was talking about.
Nihilism.
I did send that one on, though. I mean, I contributed to the meme magic there. I sent it to Elmo. Sent it to a few other people.
But no, I mean, this is just what happened. We gotta step back for a moment. There is a lot of other shit going on, too. I mean, lest we forget, fucking goddamn Kneelgate 2017. And I don't even know if half these motherfuckers know what they're kneeling about anymore.
No.
Like, here's the thing. Okay, the original kneeling started, and I tried to tell someone about this the other day. I said, okay. I was like, last year when Kaepernick started this whole thing, he was just sitting on the bench, right?
Yeah.
And he went and talked to a vet who had, I think, the Congressional Medal of Honor or something like that. Mm-hmm. And him and the vet came to a compromise. Because he said that when, at a soldier's funeral, when the flag is presented to the family, the soldier presenting it kneels before the family, right?
Yeah.
And he said, if not stand, then at least kneel.
Yeah.
So the whole kneeling thing was a compromise in the first place.
Well,
but the thing is, Kaepernick's message is kind of skewed too, because he's like, I don't know, he drank Kool-Aid from the wrong person, and now he's like some sort of crazy fucking postmodern cultural Marxist.
I just don't get it. The whole thing itself, like they're upset about things that didn't happen to them or people in their genetic lineage, their families, and they're mad at people who didn't take place in it.
But then everybody started doing it when Trump said that people that kneel are sons of bitches. Yeah. So like, well, you can't say that. That's disrespectful. Like, if that's the worst thing you've been called in your life,
yeah, then
goddamn,
right.
Have a bad fucking day.
Elmo said it best. I think he was talking about the Browns, and he was like, they did the right thing. But I guess he should say they went about it the right way. It wasn't the kneeling that got him. The kneeling probably scratched the surface.
Yeah.
But when the Browns held up the Black Power fist.
Triggered to the deluxe.
Because, get your fucking life together. You motherfuckers are the worst team. I don't know anything about sports. Let me just say that first. I don't know anything about sports, but the Browns.
They're a shitty team.
They're probably one of the worst teams in NFL history.
Yeah.
Right? And you are making a lot of fucking money to be one of the worst teams. Yeah. And you're going to protest white oppression and fucking black solidarity? Eat a dick.
Yeah.
How about that?
Well, and then I was talking to somebody, and part of me wants to believe that Trump kind of got this whole thing going on the notion, like, this is some 4D chess kind of shit, where, like, he's making people kneel before him.
Right.
Like he's a king.
That occurred to me on my hike, my recent vacation. The kneeling. I said, what sort of an invisible white god are they bowing to?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, you only kneel to the fucking kings. I was like, you kneel when you pray. I don't pray, but you kneel when you pray. And
you don't pray right now, but there are no atheists in foxholes.
I didn't say I was an atheist.
I just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah.
It sounded good.
I mean, I'm in my own. I'm on the cusp of creating my own religion, where I think we all exist because God killed himself and shattered his consciousness into millions and millions of pieces, and we're all just little pieces of his consciousness.
Sounds random and heavy.
And then
at the same time.
and when we die, it's ultimately concluding in the fact that eventually his consciousness will completely recombine into one singular consciousness again.
Yeah.
Boom.
Boom. I tell you, I wish I had some video from this recent vacation. You remember the fire that ripped through Gatlinburg last year?
Mm-hmm.
See those pictures of all the forest fire?
Yeah.
We went on a bunch of hikes, and one of them was Rainbow Falls, and it is a 2.7 mile one-way straight-up hike.
Ooh-wee.
If you look on like a graph, we had a handheld GPS. Yeah. Normally a hike's like this.
Yeah.
This was just like fucking
straight up.
Took about 3 hours to get up and back, and you get up to almost to the top where the rainbow, like the falls are.
Yeah.
And you can look out over one of the valleys in between the mountain you're on and the mountain that's next to you, and the whole other side of the mountain is burnt out. Mm-hmm. You can't see any green; it's just burnt and rock face.
Sad. But
at the same time, you look down, and where you're coming up, and there's trees that you walk past that are burned, and there's like wildflowers popping up. You want to talk about some fucking God speaking directly to your brain?
Yeah,
it was heavy spiritual shit.
They say the forest must burn to bring about new growth.
Exactly.
And you gotta think about, I guess, try to keep that philosophy, but it's hard to when motherfuckers when you're living in it. You know what I mean?
Another thing with that, though, too, it's not really worse than it ever has been. We just have constant absorption through the media, right? Yeah,
we're getting, and that was another thing I was thinking about the other day. Like, we get bombarded constantly by shit. It just comes and comes and comes. And I think this was on my whole play at the whole Trump 4D chess thing. Was that, what if, like, he is just being as fucking crazy as fuck as he wants to be, solely for the purpose of where it's like a boxing match to him. Yeah. And he is just wearing out the opponent until by the time the next round begins, they're so winded that they can't even fight anymore.
I like it.
Like, seriously. Like, when this shooting happened, part of me thought, I was like, if this is Antifa, I was like, this is like giving basically the rest of the country that hates them carte blanche to do what they want with them.
I went down another deep rabbit hole with Trump on my trip, too. Okay. I think it's the newest podcast from Greg Carlwood, the Higher Side Chats. Yeah. He had a guy on that was talking about Tesla again. You know how, I believe it was Trump's uncle or great-uncle was the guy that the government sent in, because, you know, Tesla had contracts with the government or whatever. Yeah. And when he died, destitute and alone in a boarding house with his love of pigeons, the government sent in Trump's uncle to look through. He was like an engineer, basically, to look through all of his papers and see what could be used for the military. And there's speculation that his uncle kept some shit. And there's a heavy amount of people, aides and what have you, that talked about him using electrolysis to induce a state where he could look back and forth through time.
Oh, shit.
And how Trump is just, if you look back through his name, Trump. Yeah. You know, he trumps people. He went through the election trumping everybody. Yeah. He was calling people on shit before they did it. I mean, what if he's seen all,
what if he's just seen it all already?
What if he's been here before?
Well, then, unfortunately, he's the worst science fiction protagonist I think I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, maybe.
Like, I read a lot of books, but if he was the lead character in this story, I think I'd be fairly pissed. I don't know. Like, he's a goddamn Littlefinger of this fucking proverbial world. Not to say Littlefinger had his purposes, and he was a son of a bitch, but I don't know, anybody that doesn't watch Game of Thrones won't get that reference.
I just like his mafioso style. Yeah. It comes out and...
Like I said,
we come together for solidarity through this tragedy.
Or like you get people like, just like I think it's just the stupid shit too. Like, and that's the thing. Like, the crying wolf thing is gonna fuck everything up. Like, did you hear that thing about the librarian in Massachusetts? Mm-hmm. Oh fuck. So Melania, I don't know how to say it. his wife, the first lady, she sent out, like, it's part of some children's reading program. She sends out packets of books to all these different schools, right? And and this librarian at a school in Massachusetts wrote this long letter and said she was giving the books to somebody else because she's like, our school doesn't need them. And they were Dr. Seuss books, and she's like, and besides, Dr. Seuss perpetuates racism.
Don't kill yourself.
And all that shit. And, like, just like making a big show of it, just like, you know, getting her name out there, like it was on the Daily Mail and all that. And then, of course, people did some like research, social media and whatnot, and found out that last year, you know, that bitch was dressing up like the Cat in the Hat for fucking Halloween and shit.
Didn't Dr. Seuss have a book about how people with different shapes and sizes of things on their bellies shouldn't be looked at differently?
Yeah, dude, and Dr. Seuss he drew fucking anti-Nazi paraphernalia back in the day during World War II paraphernalia propaganda.
Together. Get your facts together, bitch.
Yeah, she's like, you know, it's tired and it's old and quite frankly, it's racist, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if you saw a picture of her, you'd be like, aha,
I see.
Aha, aha.
Before we go any farther, I want to holler at. I'm not sure what his name is. Just call him Young Runyon. Young Runyon? Yes. Tim Runyon's son.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I didn't know that we had such a...
big fan?
A big fan. And hit us up on Facebook or hit us up on Instagram.
I know.
If you want us to talk about anything or if you want us to, we're your clowns pretty much. We'll dance for you.
I mean, your father obviously hasn't forgotten your face.
No.
Because he talks about you all the time with us.
I hear you're an anarchist, which makes me excited. Because that's the road I'm traveling down slightly, you know?
See, it's like, I feel like me and you have come to this impasse where you're more like Magneto and I'm the Charles Xavier of the situation.
No, I just don't, trying to reject all the poison I've been fed my entire life. You know?
Yeah.
I'm going on like a psychic fast, trying to cleanse
all that shit.
Cleanse my third eye butthole.
Yeah, just so you know, have an idea what this bitch looks like.
Yeah.
See? Makes sense now?
What's her name?
I don't even know. They just say librarian.
Frumpy Lumpkins.
I don't really care.
I'm going to call her Frumpy Lumpkins from now on.
Yeah, I just made a loud noise on the mic, too. Moving my laptop. I apologize for that. Hopefully that can get cut out. Did you make a bleeping noise for this episode yet, or do you want me to?
You can go ahead. There we go.
Was that too long?
No, that's good.
Okay. But anyways, yeah, I don't know, man. I did have one thing I wanted to talk about, and it made me laugh a lot. So it came out while we were on hiatus.
Okay, yeah.
And, I went and saw it. It was all right. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you think?
I liked it. I didn't think that I think they did as good a job, and I'm going to use a Dark Tower reference. Not that shitty piece of shit movie, but the books, rather. They did as good a job of remaking that movie as they could in a world that's moved on.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
They couldn't really hit it on the same level. It wasn't the same creepy as Tim Curry.
Yeah.
It's hard to get that mildly homosexual terror.
Yeah.
But there were parts in it that made me, kind of freaked out, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I think the most fucked up part coming out of that movie is the slash fiction that has come from people on Tumblr. Have you heard about this?
I have not.
Well, there's people who, they like Pennywise in a sexual way.
Oh my God.
Okay, here's how it started out. So
people
last year,
fuck everything.
Now listen. So last year it started out as, this is where I think it all began. Last year they made the Babadook a gay icon, right?
Yeah.
But I think what had happened was Babadook was on Netflix, and somehow through an algorithm screw up, the Babadook ended up in gay and lesbian section of Netflix, right?
Yeah.
So people automatically oh, Babadook's gay icon.
I knew it.
Which is whatever, right?
Yeah.
But, so that's where it was kind of a joke, but then it kept going. Well, then I started saying this when people decided that Babadook and Pennywise were a couple. Like a gay couple together. Okay. Mind you, this is Tumblr.
Yeah, right.
So it's Tumblr.
Still not hip to Tumblr.
But then I started to find people writing headcanon for Pennywise about them getting molested by him. Okay? Now, before I found all this, I feel like I was innocent once, but I'm not anymore.
No.
Because, the first time I saw the word Clusie, and had to look up what "clussy"
I don't know what it means.
means.
Yeah.
Well, it's 2 words put together.
Okay.
Clown pussy.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, and anybody interested, you could go ahead and look on Tumblr and look up the word "clussy." That's CLUSSY. You'll find some interesting stuff. I found even more interesting stuff if you put in the tag "daddywise."
God damn it.
So just to give you guys a little peek into what this shit's all about, here's some Pennywise, and not safe for work, by the way. Make sure you're not listening with the speakers with this one, apparently, if you're at work.
Right.
Not safe for work, Pennywise headcanon. You ready? You want to hear this?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's out of control.
We're not at work, so this will be it'll be okay.
You love to sit on Penny's lap and grind him until you can feel his cock harden. Giving him his first blowjob and watching as he writhes and growls from the pleasure. It's just things that they want to do, apparently, because it's rough sex. Explaining why you call him daddy every time you come. Getting fingered while his claws come out. You get wet when he gets angry. If he's giving you oral, he always bites down into your sex, breaking the skin enough so he can taste blood. Teaching him how to talk dirty. You mean to say a pussy isn't a feline? This is like... oh, fuck. The long tongue working its way over your body. His claws leaving scratches all over you. Begging him to come for you. Him making you beg to get fucked by him. When he picks you up and fuck you against a wall. And then he says, "Is that what you want, little human?" I can't make this up. The look on his face when he makes you climax for the first time. Period sex. What the fuck?
So,
oh, you're gonna find pictures of Pennywise the Dancing Clown with a big, like, weird-looking penis too.
can't do it anymore.
Just by the way, you're gonna find those too. The guttural growls he makes when he is coming. A lot of these are crazy. Like, he has more stamina than you, so sometimes you're almost in tears as he fucks you for the 10th time in a row.
Motherfucker's not even a physical being.
Yeah, and yet people create headcanon about him.
I don't get it, man.
His eyes glowing when he's in the mood. When he's angry, he'll come to you, and without a word, he'll strip you down, throw you against something, bend you over, and slam his cock into you.
Of course he will.
I don't think people seem to understand what Pennywise is all about, but that's whatever. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't see. There's just like a lot of like people wishing that Pennywise was like, you know, their lover, apparently.
I have a question.
Oh, here you go. Here's a nice one.
There's nothing about that makes me hard.
Do you think you should I put that on the Instagram?
Yeah.
You know, be like, "Hey everybody.
Yeah, cool.
Guess what we talked about on the show?" I'm not going to like it. If this is on my Tumblr, I'm not liking it on my Tumblr. My Tumblr is for specific things that I like.
Masturbation.
It's not of clowns, though.
Okay.
Oh, here's one of the old Pennywise and the new Pennywise embracing each other.
Jesus Christ.
Tumblr is a fucking crazy, crazy place, and I'm sad I've never gotten to this point before. But yeah.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Was Beverly's dad a child rapist in the old movie?
That's what I always assumed, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what he is in the books, too.
Maybe,
it's always implied.
Maybe I just was too young when I read the book and watched the original movie.
Maybe the fucked up group bang distracted you from that.
I was very upset that they did not have the group bang in the new movie.
Well, I mean, if it was up to the people of Tumblr, it probably would have been.
I mean, it should have been.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and then people getting mad because people make fun of them because they want Pennywise to fuck them.
Is it Coussy?
Yeah, Clussy.
Okay.
Clussy. This person wrote, "Ew, you want to fuck the clown? That's fucked up," says the guy who would most certainly be jerking off to Pennywise if it was portrayed by a hot girl. Double standard much?
Man.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. I don't know. This is my virgin attempt to jump into Tumblr.
Oh, dude, you are jumping into some heady fucking water if this is your first adventure.
Everybody listening out there, Bones and Tubbs is now on Tumblr.
Do it.
It's official.
Oh my god.
I don't know, man. I kind of wonder, another thing I was talking with the Wolfman about this morning, prior to his entry into the Factory of Sadness.
You have to scroll through that. I'm sorry, you have to scroll through that one.
We were talking about whether or not it mattered what this guy in Vegas was all about, like what his reasoning was. You know, because it really doesn't matter. ISIS is claiming him. Antifa supposedly claiming him. There's reports that haven't been verified that he had Antifa material. But my thing is this. It doesn't fucking matter.
No, he killed a lot of people.
Yeah. And I think the whole thing that would drive anybody to do any of these extremist things is the same thing. It's lack of fulfillment. This dude made 6 figures. He was retired from a Lockheed Martin defense contractor. Let's just say he wasn't an MKUltra mind control experiment.
Let's just say he was just a dude who snapped.
Right.
And here's the thing. Okay, this is the part that I don't get. Why do we have to try to find a reason for this? There's no, and I told someone this yesterday. I was like, there's no reason for this.
It's politicized.
I was like, there should be no like justification for this. There should be nothing. There is no reason for this. Never. There should never be an instance where this many people lose their lives. Ever. There's no reason for it.
It's nothing new either, really. I don't know. I tell you just to hop around in the semi-psychotic fashion that I always do. This new It movie spawned one of the greatest gifts I've ever seen.
Which one's that?
Do you remember the part in the movie where he was, I believe it was when they were down in the sewer. They're getting ready to go in the sewer and they look over across the water and he's waving at him with a dead child's arm?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That gift starts out with him waving with the dead kid's arm, and it's Forrest Gump waving onto the boat. And that's probably the most premium gift meme I've seen.
Yeah, I've seen that one. That was a good one.
That one takes the 2017 gold medal so far.
Yeah.
Who knows? I got a notification the other day on my phone that made me strongly consider suicide. It was about 7 or 8 years ago, and it was just me posting on Facebook, thinking about getting into Bitcoin. Wonder if I should put this $1,000 down just to see. Oh, man. Because Bitcoin was trading at less than $1 at that time.
Oh, man.
$1,000 would have been over $6 million at
the peak. My God. Even if you would have bought like
$100,
you could have been like, fuck it. I'll buy them at fucking $5 a coin. And everyone's like, you can't do that. They're not even worth that much.
Right.
And they're like, you're stupid. Now look at them.
Well, I made a choice on vacation also that this week, tomorrow probably, I'm going to go to the bank and set up an account for crypto.
Oh, you can do that?
Well,
I mean, you have to convert it, but...
Basically, the reason why you want to set up another account is because they could freeze your account at any time, and I don't need my main account frozen.
Yeah.
So if I just freeze a side account that I throw $50 in a paycheck, it's no big deal. But... there's another cryptocurrency I'm watching right now called EOS, and it's supposed to be the Ethereum or Ethereum killer, which is trading at several hundred right now. So It's only at 73 cents a share. So I figure it might be my second chance at redemption.
Yeah, could be. Could be the sign.
I mean, fuck.
I mean, we all gotta watch the signs. There is some crazy fucking chaotic arithmetic to the universe.
Do you know that you have to download a VPN in order to buy EOS because somehow they blocked it for buying in America? The land of the free. You're not allowed to buy it.
I'm trying to remember. Wasn't there a South American country that's possibly converting to Bitcoin or cryptocurrency for their...
There's quite a few.
I bet you that scares some people, doesn't
Russia
it?
paid off all their debts. I forget what their GDP... or their debt ratio was when Putin took power. Mm-hmm. But it was something ridiculous. And through his reign over there, he's gotten it down to a point where he could pay his debt off. Pay off all of Russia's debt with the money they had in savings. And back, a couple months ago when we put new fresh sanctions on Russia, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Putin said, okay, well, he paid off all of his debts, international debts, and they're making moves to move their country's currency onto the crypto blockchain, which will make all the sanctions null and void because no one can tell who's trading with who. Crypto literally is the future because it can't be controlled, it can't be taxed, and it can't be stopped unless they shut off the internet. It's literally math. So I think it's probably good to get in while the getting's good.
It sounds like a plan.
Instead of killing myself, that was the only other option.
Yeah.
When I read that,
you look at that new bank account, and then you look at that shaker of salt sitting on the table, and you say, "What do I want to do today? Make money or put salt in my eye?"
Well,
one
of these days it's going to be salt, but for now it's money.
Oh shit! Hey, yeah, I forgot there was another hurricane, and that was made political too.
Really?
Yeah, in Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was down there during that.
Was he?
The woodsman, rather.
Oh, the woodsman?
The woodsman was down there on a vacation with his wife. I said, what was it like? He was like, basically, it was cool for like a day, and then I was on Blue Band for the rest of my trip. He said they hoarded water bottles and alcohol, and they just got drunk.
Nice. I guess that's all you can do, right?
Yeah.
But no, it got political too because they were saying that the U.S.'s response out there was shitty and da-da-da-da.
Suck my dick. You're not a state,
But
and you shouldn't need the government.
But here's the thing, like, there was relief effort from the U.S. that came. The problem was that the truckers down there weren't delivering the supplies. So what the fuck do we need? Like, this is one of those situations where, like, I feel like they're like, if we're the parent, they're like at least a teenager. This is like us having to spoon feed them. Like, no, you don't need spoon fed. They just broke their hand.
One thing that you should learn early in life, I feel like, is the fact that you should never rely on the government for anything.
Well, then they said that people were dying and shit. And then even like I was talking to somebody the other day, and Geraldo Rivera was down there. And he asked.
And his mustache, or just him?
Both of them.
Oh, fuck.
It was important.
Okay.
But he was talking to the mayor of San Juan, which is, I guess, she's the at the center of all this because she's the one that started criticizing Trump and all that.
Yeah.
And Geraldo Rivera's like, well, you said people are dying. She had a shirt that said people are dying. So the shirt industry is doing just fine in Puerto Rico.
Well, that's good.
But
at least the T-shirt industry is booming.
And I hate defending Trump. I really do. But, like, the hypocrisy is insane.
Well, I mean.
But, so Geraldo Rivera's like, so you said people are dying. How many have died? And she's like, well, she's like 16. He's like, the ones who died during the hurricane? She's like, yeah. So no one else has died since the hurricane. Well, no. Well, then how could you say people are dying?
Yeah. It's an act of, I don't know. I'm so tired of this world.
Oh, man.
There has to be other worlds in these, right?
But see, that's the thing. We came back for a reason, didn't we?
We did.
We're here. We're back again. We took a short hiatus. Shit went down while we were away.
Yeah.
Lots of shit.
What do we do? Change it.
There's nothing we can do. We just get it out to the people.
We have to open our third eyes and blast love chakra
energy
energy to them.
We hope that maybe we are just offering a different opinion on matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're the proverbial disco ball of this situation.
I like to think we're the mouthpiece of all the listeners. They all think these things.
Yeah. It's like, you remember back in the old-timey days where there's like heralds and they were given the news and then they decided how they said it or how they were going to say it to the people. We're like that.
Modern day heralds.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess the media is like that too, but we're just like different. We're alternative media.
Hark the Herald Angels podcast.
We're the alt media.
Yes.
Alternative media, but not Alex Jones.
No,
we're not him. No. I feel like he's MK Ultra.
Me too. He does come out with some good gems every now and then, though.
Yeah. I think he disenfranchises people into actual believing legitimate conspiracy theories.
The thing that fucked me up about him is that he let his lifestyle get out there, and now I know about his lifestyle.
And the thing is, like, well, yeah, because he gets amnesia when he eats chili.
He's rich as fuck.
And he gets amnesia when he eats chili.
Right. I mean, I ate chili last night, matter of fact, and I don't remember suffering from amnesia.
No, I didn't either. I ate chili just 2 days ago, and I did not. We eat a lot of chili.
Right.
No, but I think, like, here's the thing, because people think that, like, the whole notion that there's conspiracies and there's things that we should be questioning, all of it goes together, like, wholesale. You can't buy conspiracy retail for some reason, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know when and where that option got taken off the table that you can believe in one conspiracy and not another. Like, you can believe...
It's another form of id poll, right?
I feel like, what's that?
Just the whole idea that they have to be all or none.
See, yeah, exactly, right? So, like, if you're a 9/11... I'm not even going to call him... 9/11 truther. I'll call him a 9/11 truther because that's okay. I'm not going to call him...
It's weird that they made truther a bad word.
Yeah. Or like, you can believe there's something up with 9/11.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there is.
There was, and is.
I mean, how could you say there isn't?
Right.
Anybody that's ever, like, tried to say, oh, that's stupid. And I said, you know what else is stupid? Buildings just falling on their own with nothing hitting them. That's pretty stupid,
the
too.
Speed of gravity.
Yeah, into their own footprint.
How many hundreds of tons of cement turned into dust?
Yeah.
And there was molten steel at the bottom. I mean, how many times? We don't have to go over it again, but...
No, we don't, but...
It's so obscene to even have this conversation.
But then, like, you get other ones that aren't as believable or questionable, you know. They're turning the frogs gay and shit like that.
See? I mean, I don't know.
Lizard people.
What if Alex Jones is right?
What if he is? And you know what? If he is, if he's right about everything that chili eating, rich, fucking taking his fucking stupid ass vitamins you don't need, motherfucker. Like, if he's right, then I'll eat my fucking shoes. And you heard it from me here first.
Here's me just, playing devil's advocate. But there have been times when I've listened to people like Milo Yiannopoulos, and he said that he thinks being gay is a disease. And he said it, not me.
But he's gay.
He's homosexual, right? He said if there was a pill to make him not gay, he would do it.
I don't really consider it a disease.
I don't either, but he's a homosexual, and he said it.
So he also advocates pedestry.
Here's my thing. What if they are turning the frickin' frogs gay? And the frogs, in this sense, are the people.
Wait a minute. Frogs. Men.
Keck.
Gay frogmen.
Yeah.
The frogman. We talk. The frogman.
Right.
Oh my god. It all comes back together.
360.
But wait a minute. So Keck rhymes with schmeck.
Yeah, schmegma.
Sounds like schmegma. Comes from a dick.
Yeah. You sound like a numerologist. Well, if you take the 1 and you add it to the 7, divide it by 3 on the moon.
Hold on, I'm onto something here.
Yeah.
Every animal has a dick.
Oh.
Insects have dicks.
Index.
Index.
Stock market index.
Hornets have dicks.
Oh, God. Dicks that they sting you with.
They have stinger dicks.
Oh.
I just figured it all out, people.
Yeah.
The gay frogs and the moon hornets are connected.
I knew it.
Just figured it out here on the show, right here.
Turn the freaking frogs gay!
But, no, I can't. And Milo, he's
a shark.
You know who's my dude, and people shit on him constantly, but I think he's the closest thing I have to, like, okay, and even him I disagree with on certain aspects.
John Heckler.
Well, John Heckler's the shit.
Okay.
I mean, he's my grandpa.
Right. Okay.
But,
Call him granddad when he fucks you?
Yeah. when he fucks me in my clussy.
Ooh.
But, no, I like Ben Shapiro, too.
Yeah.
But even Ben sometimes, like, here's the thing, like, I'm not gonna shit on transgender people. 'Cause it's whatever, I don't care. But, like, don't tell me that, like, a 4-year-old's transgender.
No. Did you read the story that came out not too long ago about that child that they heralded about a year ago? California way? The parents said that they were letting him choose, and he chose to be a girl and all this, so they went through the hormone replacement therapy, and it fucked his genitals up so bad that he can't even have a sex change.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's heavy.
He can't even have a sex change now because they gave him the
his parents were
therapy too soon.
Drinking the chemicals that made the frogs gay.
Yeah.
And they fucked their kid up.
Well, then, like I said, you have to buy all the conspiracies all together. You can't just, like, it's not like going to Walmart, our local Walmart.
Yeah.
This show is brought to you by Walmart. Not really. It's spelled with 2 L's instead of 1.
Yeah, the way it's always been spelled.
Walmart.
Mandela effect. It's always been spelled that way.
But, so, there's other ones like fluoride. Okay? I can't tell you 100% what exactly fluoride does to everybody, but let me tell you something. If I'm a conspiracy theorist because I think fluoride is bad for us, that makes, like, the entirety of Europe a bunch of conspiracy theorists because none of them put fluoride in their water.
I'll raise an interesting fact for people because I'm too lazy to do my bones in between episode about fluoride. Do you know, I'm sure you know, but for the sake of argument, do you people out there know who the first state was? The first country to use fluoride on a population?
You want to know?
Pause for question. The answer is Hitler in Germany.
Nazi Germany.
He did it to the Jews only because he cared so much about their teeth.
Yeah.
It wasn't to keep them docile.
It was just to keep their teeth healthy. He wanted them to have healthy teeth.
Yeah.
That's the only part of them he cared about was their teeth.
Their teeth. Because...
Well, they just finished a study that said that they've been... Because Mexico isn't completely fluoridated, right? There's parts that do and parts that don't. And this university down there, I mean, mind you, this is coming from Mexico. Which I'm sure there's some prestigious Mexican universities out there. I'm not trying to knock all of them. But everyone's heard of the old Tijuana doctor before. Anyways, that's besides the point. They did this study, and they found that children who were born from mothers that came from areas that didn't have fluoride in the water had higher IQs than children who came up in areas who did have fluoride in their water.
Oh, because that's one of the things that fluoride does is lower the IQ, too. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I didn't know you knew that.
So
people out there.
Yeah, you have that. You have that in your mouth.
You know there's a form of fluoride that you need.
Ears.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Human body needs, maybe, I think it's calcium fluoride.
Yeah.
But you only need it when you're a baby, and you get it through breast milk.
Oh, well, that's nice.
But the fluoride that they put in the toothpaste, the water, and the food is sodium fluoride.
Yeah.
Or sodium hexafluorosilicate.
Yeah.
Do you know where that comes from?
Is it a byproduct of aluminum production?
Yeah. So it's a waste that they have to pay to get rid of.
Yeah.
Unless they can lobby governments to take it from them and put it in the fucking water.
You know, that's how they came up with, there's a lot of shit we use that's just byproducts of other productions. Like gasoline.
Yeah.
Gasoline was just a byproduct of a production of, oil.
Yeah.
Different forms of oil. And they're like, what the fuck are we going to do with all this flammable shit?
Right.
We can't use this shit.
Let's make engines that use it.
And they're like, holy shit, it fucking works.
Yeah.
And now look at it. Oil is more or less simply produced just for gasoline production.
It's heavy.
Fuck.
You know another one that's in probably a lot of people's houses right now that was found out by the government was trying to find a poisonous substance that was sweet that they could kill someone with. Mm-hmm. And it wouldn't be detected. Do you know what it is?
It's aspartame.
It's aspartame.
Aspartame. I have aspartame in my house right now.
Right. And it's known to destroy nerve cells, cause cancer, and it reprograms the gut bacteria to make you crave sugary foods, to make you fat.
So, this has been your conspiracies for today.
Yeah, the ones that we buy.
The ones that we buy.
What are some ones that we don't buy?
Flat Earth.
Okay.
We talked about that before. I don't buy Flat Earth.
I don't buy Flat Earth, but I also don't believe we've been to the moon. I don't know. That's another one that people get argued about.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I haven't been to the moon, so I can't say one way or the other.
Right.
But I'm about goddamn sure that the Earth isn't flat.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck.
It's definitely, what if it's a snow globe? Who the fuck knows?
What if it's snow globe? What if it is flat? What if I'm just fucking, look at me and my fucking white privilege dancing around, fucking la da 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 da. The Earth is round, you simpletons.
Yeah.
Like, oh fuck, I know what I'm talking about because I'm a cis white male.
Right.
Holy shit.
What's another one?
The gender pay gap. Is that I don't feel like that's a conspiracy theory.
No.
But I don't believe in it if it was.
Right.
There's too much to the cut. They don't talk about too much of work because I think people just blew them up over that.
I don't believe that the CIA killed Kennedy.
Do you think that...
that was sarcasm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You think it was just a lone gunman.
Yeah,
you think it was just...
Lee Harvey Oswald.
Lee Harvey Oswald had a fucking vendetta. You know, I've
been trying to get through 11/22/63, but it's one of those things where Stephen King's politics poke through enough to piss me off where I have to stop every chapter.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, I've never heard anybody convincingly tell me that he acted alone. Shut the fuck up.
Spoiler alert, that's what he leads you to believe.
I know. It's upsetting.
Yeah. It's sad, isn't it?
It is.
That's what we've been led to.
I forget who it was. I ran into somebody at the Factory of Sadness on third shift that believed that Oswald acted alone, and I just looked at him with pity. Like how you might see a child that had its arms blown off from playing in a field where a landmine was, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, you poor dear.
Poor you.
You poor dear. But no, I mean, like, lizard people, I always said about lizard people, if I found out that in fact lizard people existed, I would just be really pissed off about it. But I don't...
They've got some fucked up videos on YouTube, though.
Yeah, that's true, but I'm not, I'm no scientist.
Right.
I'm no fucking, Bill Nye the Science Guy. Genders on a spectrum shit.
He's not wearing a lab coat, everybody. He's wearing
I'm wearing a cardigan, so...
Not a lab coat.
So really, if anything, it only qualifies me as a crotchety, not old man.
Yeah.
But I don't... Wait, what was I saying? What was the science?
I don't know.
Science.
These drugs are strong.
Yeah.
The ones that we're taking.
The super strong ones?
Yeah, the injectables.
The fucking...
Injectable marijuanas.
Yeah. Don't even talk about that.
Okay.
I can't talk about that shit anymore.
Mainlining.
Yeah. But, no, I don't even... Fuck! I was going on a point, and then I fucking decided to act all fancy about it.
Yeah, fancy cat.
But,
fancy feast.
Oh, what about fucking climate change?
Oh, it's fake, yeah.
I mean,
I would say man-made climate change is fake.
actual climate change is real.
Right.
There is something called climate change. It exists and it's been going on for, like millions of years.
Everybody that wants to watch a fucking real scientist school the fuck out of a political bullshit artist, they should YouTube Ben Livingston's CNN interview and watch that. He made that motherfucker look like an ignorant child.
But yeah, I mean, and that's another one of those where the people who, well, see, now here's the thing. Okay, is it the conspiracy theory that climate change is real, or is it the conspiracy theory that man-made climate change isn't real? I feel like it's the conspiracy theory that it isn't real, right? Because they call them deniers,
right?
Because for some reason they want to lump them up in people who
that's what it looks like when the establishment tries to have a false narrative.
Don't believe in, they call them deniers. Like
they come up with cute names every time. I just realized that.
Yeah,
truther, denier.
Yeah.
So basically, anytime there's a fake word, you know where the truth is on the other side of it.
I think they call climate change deniers because it lumps them in with Holocaust deniers.
Ah, there it is.
Which is another group of people that, hey, there's another conspiracy theory that I don't buy into. That the Holocaust didn't happen.
I don't think he killed as many as they said he did.
Even then, he killed a lot of people.
He did. Are you sure? I mean, he did fluoride for their health, though. Would he go through all that trouble to just kill them?
Yeah. I mean, you do have that point there. And as Mel Gibson's dad did say, it takes a liter of petrol to burn a human body. And the cost of actually killing that many people would be so exorbitant that they couldn't afford to do it.
Zyklon, go fuck yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, because, and that's the thing, like, anybody that wants to not believe that the Holocaust didn't happen, so you're telling me that they created Zyklon B just for the hell of it.
Well, it was to clean the showers that they used.
It was like a pesticide.
Well, they probably had an outbreak of, like, athlete's foot, and they had to come up with something that killed...
And the first time it was just an accident, right?
Right. Well, yeah.
They didn't mean to.
They mixed up the schedule.
They mixed up the schedule and
clean the shower, operate the shower.
Accidentally gassed, like 500 people
at a time.
And then they were like, "Well, fuck, we have all these people. Do we really want to go through the trouble of digging graves for them?"
No.
I mean, we just built this new furnace. Let's see what happens.
Well, at least the teeth that they pulled out of their heads to get the gold
were nice and white and clean.
Nice, clean, fluoridated teeth.
Yeah. Anyways, back to climate change.
Right, yeah,
I'm sorry, we jumped onto something real quick there.
We did a heavy amount of blotter acid before we started the show.
Yeah, so, the whole notion of man being able to really affect the climate is kind of bunk.
Well, I wonder if them shooting off hundreds or thousands of nuclear bombs at the same time in the atmosphere would affect it, because they did that in the 60s.
Yeah.
Just to see what would happen.
Or, how about the fact that, they've been, damn it, I just fucking, what the fuck did we take before this show?
Blotter acid.
I am fucked.
I put it in your black tea.
Okay, so, the notion that we can, truly affect any of this shit is fucking batshit insane. The Earth's been changing on its own for thousands and thousands of years. Now, that's not to say that if we all of a sudden, I feel like, of course, I believe in conservation. So pumping the brakes on a lot of the shit we do is that's fine.
Yeah.
We should probably pump the brakes.
Well, there's a difference between climate change and poisoning your environment.
Yeah.
We all know that Cleveland's water supply caught on fire.
That's bad.
That's bad. Nuclear proliferation is bad.
We know that there's a shitload of plastic in the ocean.
Yeah.
That's bad because fish and shit are eating it and it makes them sick.
BPA in plastic is bad.
Yeah.
That actually makes the frogs gay.
Yeah. Actually.
For real. Here's another one that's about to hit the news. Maybe in the next couple of decades. Glyphosate. People love spraying Roundup on everything. Mm-hmm. And that glyphosate, you know what it does? It goes in the groundwater. It's in every bit of food we eat and every bit of water we drink. And they don't test human subjects for its effects. So I'm sure it has nothing to do with cancer.
Well, like I said about climate, here's the thing. How is it that climate change, the whole notion of man-made climate change, has received two, scandals have come out in the last decade. Climategate, and then not 3 or 4 years ago, the big email scandal that came out too.
Well, the reason why they want it to be a man-made thing is because they can tax it with carbon taxes and make monies.
They want to make all the monies.
My favorite part of all this fiction that we live in, that we call reality, is when Al Gore, and I don't remember the other guy's first name, but his last name was Blood. They formed a corporation to issue climate credits. So Blood and Gore were going to make a fucking killing on climate credits.
Yeah.
But luckily that didn't go through.
Good.
At least not here. Canada pays a flatulence tax on cattle, but we don't. Our neighbors to the north have drank some of the Kool-Aid.
They've drank a lot of the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I mean...
We need to regulate these goddamn volcanoes, what we need to do, because imagine the amount of CO2 released from one volcanic eruption.
Now, here's the question.
It's probably a lot more than cows farting.
These motherfuckers have lots of money. Is it really about the monies anymore?
I think it's the controls.
Is it the controls?
Yeah.
They like to have all the controls.
Well, if you look at the Georgia Guidestones,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to achieve those goals without controls.
Yeah. Which money brings control.
Would you say that those credits, like having to buy carbon credits, is a tax?
It feels like a tax.
You know what taxes are, right?
Well, it's theft.
Taxation is theft.
So, like, if you don't buy the credits... So, like, what is this, like, fucking war bonds?
I think so.
Like... But the thing is, war bonds were voluntary.
Yeah.
I feel like these are compulsory. Like, you have to buy them. Just like you have to buy registration for your car.
Mm.
Like, yes, you have to fucking go buy these now.
Oh, I'm going to hop around again. Cause,
do it.
Cause
do it. It's the first episode of season 2. We're getting fucking crazy.
One of the things pushing me towards putting some of my money into crypto is what's going on in another country, and I don't remember the name. I want to say India.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just use an example here in America, and it'll explain what's happening in India. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's say that you're an individual that likes to hoard cash money,
mm-hmm.
like your grandparents.
Yeah.
Who went through the Depression and knew that banks are failures.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably shouldn't tell anybody that you have gold or silver because at any time the government can say it's illegal and come take it from you.
Yeah.
And if you don't give it to them, they can threaten you with putting you in a cage. And if you resist, they'll kill you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you decided to keep a lot of these fake fiat notes in your mattress,
mm-hmm.
in your wall, under your toilet, wherever it is you want to hide money.
Yeah.
You probably would keep it in 20s, 50s, or 100s.
Yeah.
I'm just assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the government would come in one day and say, hey, guess what? We're not going to accept or issue $20 notes anymore. They have no more worth. They did that in India.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so it's one of these dominoes. If you look at, we talk about the four-dimensional chess.
Mm-hmm.
Think about around that chessboard is just an infinite layer of dominoes.
Yeah.
All these dominoes are falling. Have you seen all the stores that are closing down in the United States?
Yeah. Yeah.
The next fucking bubble to pop is a retail bubble, and it's going to be the last bubble that pops either before or after the student loan bubble.
Yeah.
When those two things happen, that's when the next crash comes.
Well,
and countries around the world with fiat currencies that are all tied in with these fucking Federal Reserve banks
yeah.
are starting to turn off notes. So let's just say you don't even have your money in a bank, and you're like, well, I'm fine, I've got cash.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Now it's illegal to possess or trade 20s, 50s, or 100s. Pick your poison.
Well, I thank God we have Amazon, Jeff Bezos, then. You know, you can buy everything on Amazon.
Well, what if they do another thing that they've done over there also where they limit you to your bank transactions?
What is this fucking...
$300 to $400 a week.
What the fuck is this? This fucking communist Russia we live in now?
Bank holidays.
This fucking... Are we living under fucking Mao?
We're living in a strange world where Putin gives more of a fuck about his people than the United States gives about its own.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I mean, that's the world we live in. But, hey, here's the thing. You have us to do it with you.
Yeah.
We're here for you. We're here to continue on. And I know this show was a bit of a fucking scattershot.
Well, that's good, though.
I mean, we were just like...
You need to use a scatter rifle every now and then.
But, I mean, more or less like it was taking a big old hucking handful of fucking spaghetti, hucking it at the wall, and we'll see what sticks.
Big pile of shit thrown it at the fan.
But we have other ideas that are actually going to, you know, like more familiar notions this season. Something I noticed recently, and that's the extensive amount of people that just go missing for no goddamn reason.
Yeah.
I mean, and then we got other stuff playing too.
You think they find thinnies?
Man, what if that's true? Or doors.
If I found a door, I'd go in that motherfucker.
Walk-ins. All those things.
That was one neat thing about 11/22/63, the sort of a thinny that was in that shop.
Yeah. Was it a thinny or like a door?
Well, it was invisible, so I'm assuming it was
okay.
a thinny.
Yeah.
He just
could
like
be a
kind of
thinny.
walked over the floor and went in there and bought cheap beef.
But no fucking fourth dimension lobster creatures got him though.
No. With their lawyerly questions.
Yeah. Did a chick?
That a chum.
But yeah, so I think that's going to wrap this up for this episode.
That's good. I'm glad to be back. I think it was an act of contrition to the universe, an act of entertainment for listeners, and an act of therapy for us.
No, definitely.
I feel better.
I do feel better. There's been a lot of pent-up shit going on.
It's kind of like after you haven't gotten off in a while.
Yeah.
You just blow that load.
I was thinking more like in a shit sense, but you can think like that too.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You come when you should too?
I do.
Okay.
Well,
here we are.
Only when I'm thinking about my Clussy.
Yeah, or clowns in general.
Or Daddy Wise. But,
how many people fuck the spider version?
Oh my god. I saw one picture where it was like him with his mouth open up and you could see the deadlights, but he had a big fucking weird animal penis too. And he was like cum was coming out of it.
Nice.
Tumblr. Hey, if you haven't figured that shit out, I've just last few months got into it, and it's a goddamn rabbit hole if you haven't seen one.
Send me some appropriate search terms, because I'm going to go home and investigate.
I will send you a lot of terms to investigate.
Bones and Tubs is on Tumblr now, so follow that.
Oh, shit.
Check out our Instagram, too. We surpassed our followership on Facebook there.
Yeah. But apparently they think we're a fucking robot right now.
Yeah.
You need to send us some love so they don't think we're a robot anymore.
Yeah. Young Runyon, we're waiting on you.
Yeah.
I don't know what medium you want to send
it's
us
for
a
all
message.
for all the other dedicated listeners who haven't really made contact with us yet. Please make contact with us.
Just let us know you're listening.
You got to be
hey.
you got to be like St. Catherine, or you got to be like Elmo, or you got to be like the doctor who does come on the show.
We didn't get to the doctor's topic. That'll be the next time.
You got to be Aaron the Red, or fucking Aaron Stearns for that matter.
Right.
You got to be the fucking Hacksaw, or whatever his name was. Was it Hacksaw? The Wolf, or Hacksaw and the Wolfman, and fucking all the other fucking cast of characters that we talked to. Fucking Discobulus.
Right.
God rest him. I hope he's doing good right now.
Here he's third shifting right now.
Oh yeah?
Yep. Trying to get his dreams together.
Living the night shift.
Miss you and I love you.
Yeah. But thank you all for listening. We'd like to thank Ryan Simpson for letting us use his music in our show.
He's got a new
I know, it's
video out.
Fucking awesome, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Check it out on our page. We link to his page.
But thank you all for listening. We hope to hear from you, and we hope you keep listening. And we'd like to say thank you for listening to episode 1 of season 2.
Young Runyon, enjoy those stickers.
Yeah. And anybody else wants some stickers, just hit us up. We'll give them to you. We're fucking handing them out. Like Daddy Wise hands out free kisses to all his little babies.
Kisses and dick.
Yeah. And bites. All right. Well, we'll talk to you guys later, and we hope you have a good week.
We still love you.
We still really do.